So, if you know me, then you know that I have always hated the story about Mary and Martha. I mean, let's face it, Martha and I are of the same mindset. Get things prepared as they should be, and then you can relax. That's why you can find me every Sunday morning at 8:45 in the morning, huffing and puffing around Lowry as I try to put everything in its place, as perfect as it can be, so that you aren't distracted during worship, and so that you feel like we care. There's always that one trash can left out or that one item left on the stage. I mean, look at my house. Here we have this freshly cleaned living room. Actually, I vacuumed it yesterday because hashtag dog hair. Okay, I mean, oh, and there's Hannah. She's reading. Um, it looks pretty good, right? I mean, everything's in its place. I can be comfortable in this space. But then, okay, brace yourselves. I'm about to show you something that I'm not proud of. Then on the other wall, behind the other wall, we have this. I mean, look at this. We got a pile of instruments. We have a computer on the floor. Like, why? Why is that on the floor? We have things falling off of the table, pillow underneath, scrunchies. I mean, actually, that's not too bad on top. But then, like, we've got towels. Like, why? Crayons on the seat, because that's where we keep our crayons. I mean, ugh. And then at work, we have all of these supportive and congenial coworkers, but then there's always that one that just drives everybody nuts or brings everybody down with their negativity. And then our families, like, don't even get me started. We have that one cousin or sibling, uncle that makes all of our family get-togethers, let's just say not very comfortable. They add a lot of feelings of tense feelings, where we can't quite relax. There will always be that one thing out of place in our lives, that one thing that we have to overcome or deal with. But that's the thing that we can use to remind us that we can't and shouldn't try to do it alone. It's kind of like God's job security, or how I now refer to it as God security. I mean, let's face it, God always is probably always working and doesn't need to worry about job security. However, when that coworker doesn't follow through, when that sibling brings up that same topic again, that provides God security for us. God security, a reminder that we cannot do it alone. A reminder that God is with us. He is with us through our own pride, anger, depression, substance dependency, loneliness. But many times, it's more than just that one thing that isn't perfect around us. Many times, that God security occurs within a larger issue or an issue that occurs over a long time. I keep thinking about Jesus in the wilderness. I think it's odd that they just gloss over the trial of being alone for 40 days and 40 nights. And then they simply say, he was hungry. I mean, go look at it. Go look at it in Matthew. He was hungry. You think? He was probably famished, tired, lonely, cold, or, I don't know, hot, depending on the season, stinky, bug bite ridden. I mean, have you seen Naked and Afraid? There are always bug bites in the wilderness. Well, anyway, that's just to name a few. And then to top it all off, then Satan comes after he's feeling all of this for 40 days and 40 nights. When Jesus is probably at his lowest. How easily we can relate. Trying to land a job for months and then we get evicted from our home. Changing our health habits to overcome a health issue only to find out that you still have to have surgery or that health issue is still an issue. Or, state the obvious, being stuck in quarantine for a month only to contract the virus from an Amazon package. Okay, hey, I'm not a prophet, just a pessimist. But Jesus answers with scriptures. He relies on the truth, on God. How then should we respond during the small imperfections of life or during the long drawn out life issues? We should respond with the foundations of our faith, with the reassurances that God has given us. But it is hard. I get it. I've been there. I've given up. I've refused to pray. But I encourage us to look at those moments and say, oh, God's security. God's security. Moments that remind us to not do it all alone. I'm a musician, so there are several songs that I go to that encourage me and help me to remember to not do it alone. And so I'm providing like 3 songs for you to sing along with, listen to, meditate on. And I just really like to focus on some of the chunks of these songs. Take courage, my heart. Stay steadfast, my soul. He's in the waiting. He's in the waiting. Hold on to your hope as your trials unfold. He's never failing. He's never failing. And then the song that says, I know that I can make it. I know that I can stand. No matter what may come my way, my life is in your hands. And whether the issue is one small thing, one imperfection, or one long period of 40 days or longer, just remember that all of this will pass. Eventually, this will pass. That storm is not stagnant hovering over you. That storm is moving. It's passing over you and it will end. Thanks be to God that after that darkness, the morning light will appear.